What's going on, you guys? It's Coach Damian here with Own Your Run, and today we're going to talk about a topic that is the season for the reason, or the reason for the season, and that's running when it's hot outside, running when it's humid outside, getting your run in when the sun is beating down on you. Should you do it? How long should you go for? Should you just run inside? Should you do the ever so dreaded treadmill? All right, we're going to talk about all that. And I get a lot of questions about it. And the first thing I want to say to you guys is it starts with an attitude. It's a mentality that y'all need to have when you're going out and you're trying to get this run in and you're really, really motivated. Maybe you have some training, maybe you have a race in your future, but it's hot outside and you're really, really motivated to get that workout in, or you're really motivated to get those miles in, but it's 90, 95, even 85, 80. I'll be honest, I'll have a forecast of 65, 70. If the sun is beating down, it can be too hot. It can affect your performance. The ideal, they did a study. The ideal marathon racing temperature is somewhere around like 39 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is in Celsius, probably close to zero. That's the ideal marathon racing temperature. Anything warmer, and you're starting to risk overheating, and you have to adjust. So that's why I say it starts with a mentality. And you have to have three things in mind when you have this mentality, when you're going out and you're running in the heat. Number one, your heart rate's already gonna go up. It's artificially gonna go up. If you have a Garmin or if you have a Fitbit that tracks your heart rate is gonna be up just because of the fact that you're outside. Just because of the fact that the sun is beating down on you and that your body temperature is going up. Your heart rate's gonna go up naturally. So when you start that run and you see your heart rate spiking up and you're not even going that fast, that's the reason. So don't get in your mind like, oh shoot, I'm out of shape. Oh shoot, what's wrong with me? Nah, that's just a natural thing. That's naturally has to do with the heat and with your body's thermal regulation. You're trying to get blood to all those surfaces around your skin to dissipate that body heat. Your heart rate's gonna go up. That's just natural. So that's thing number one you have to keep in mind. Thing number two to keep in mind is to slow down the pace. That goes hand in hand with the heart rate. If you slow down your pace, you're gonna get the same amount of effort as if you run your normal pace on a good day. On a hot day, your slower pace is probably gonna be maybe a minute and a half slower than your regular pace. And that's okay. What you're doing when you have that lower pace and your heart rate is higher than it's used to, what you're doing is you're delivering blood. You're delivering blood at a more efficient rate to your tissues, to your muscles than you normally do. When you go to train and it's cooler out, your heart's gonna be adapted to delivering more blood per stroke than it normally is. That's the ejection fraction that they talk about. How much blood with each squeeze does your heart push out? When you have more blood per squeeze, and then once you're in an ideal racing environment and your heart rate can be high and your performance can be high, you're gonna be delivering more blood per pump, therefore more oxygen over time. And you're gonna be able to perform at a much better rate because you were slowing down during the summer. You were letting things happen. You were just easily letting your run progress. Don't force it. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't force it. Don't go out and try to push yourself. Just let the environment do the work for you. Training in the heat, training in the humidity, it's like a poor man's altitude. Okay? If you can adapt to that, come fall and come winter, you're gonna find yourself in a lot better shape because you just let the runs come to you. You just adjusted your pace and you found what worked for you over the summer when it was hot. Thing number 3 to keep in mind about the mentality is sun exposure. Now, I know a lot of y'all aren't ginger like me. Y'all don't have as much sensitivity problems with the sun. You see these freckles? This is all a problem. I want y'all to remember, exposure to the sun, that's gonna drain your energy. If you're exposed all over and you're sweating, all of that is just heating you up. All of that is just raising your body temperature. And you can't dissipate it as easily, especially when it's humid outside and that dew point is high. The fluid, the water, just the sweat doesn't evaporate off your skin like it's supposed to. I would almost say to people, you're better off training in 110 degrees in Phoenix on a hot morning when it's like 100 degrees already than you are at 85 with a high dew point in Fort Worth, America. I'm at the Kimball Museum right now. Very beautiful, very peaceful setting. So trying to get y'all to focus. What I say is just find those ways that you can reduce the sun exposure. Wear hats, okay? Even a long sleeve isn't that bad. Even a long sleeve isn't that bad. If it's a light, breathable long sleeve, it's not that bad. Sunglasses, if you can comfortably have them fit on your face and they're not falling off, don't be fixing them. But remember, those three things about the mentality. Now, strategically, what I want to say is try to get your run done in the morning, or try to get it done in the evening before the sun reaches its peak. Even before, if you can get out before sunrise, that's ideal. If you can get out a little bit during dusk, if you get out during dusk and crack off your run, or even do doubles, do part of it in the morning, part of it in the evening. If you're an outdoor running person, you have to have that discipline. Okay, that's what running in summer is all about, having that discipline. Consistency, being able to hold back, okay, dial back your pace, let the run come to you, and then scheduling. Scheduling is important. If you can get doubles during the summer, for me personally, as a runner, that's when I noticed my biggest gains, was when I started doing doubles and my body started adapting and saying, okay, now you're a runner, dude. You get 2 runs in a day. You're adapting like you're a runner. You just do 1 a day, or maybe one run every other day, or 5 days a week. Your body doesn't adapt as much as it should. If you get 2 runs in a day, even if it's 30-minute runs, and I always advocate for 30 minutes at the least, because then that's when adaptation starts. If you get 2 runs in a day during the summer, you're gonna find much more improvement than if you just do 1 a day. So that's the other thing, guys. Third thing I wanted to talk about was indoor running. Treadmill, okay, elliptical. What kind of cardio options are there during the summer? And I've done 20-mile runs on the treadmill before, and it was not fun, and it was long and tedious. I think I watched 2 whole basketball games during the summer. And listen, guys, if you can handle it, I don't want you to feel like you hate running when you're running on the treadmill. I don't want you to feel like, oh my God, I want this to be over. It needs to be enjoyable. So if you have to do it every once in a while and just knock it out and just get it over with because you had no other options, then do that. That's cool, okay? But as a regular routine thing where you're just not having fun with it, I always preach consistency and enjoyability are key to sustaining your running hobby or habit for some of you. If you're feeling like this sucks and you're running on a treadmill and it's no fun for you, don't do it. Listen to everything that I said in the past 10 minutes or whatever, and maybe do the treadmill once in a blue moon. If you're okay with the treadmill, I say go for it. Keep these things in mind though. You're not used to having the ground move out from under you. Okay, so take the time to do some extra drills before, some hip opening drills like I have in my previous videos, hip opening drills and hurdle drills, just to get that little bit of extra adaptability in your hips, in your knees, and in your feet, so that you don't sustain an injury from any of these things, because it can feel weird and you can definitely get shin splints running on a treadmill a lot more easily because that ground is moving out underneath you and you feel like you want to get ahead of it. So you're going to plant with your heel down a lot further ahead of your center of mass, and you're going to sustain that. You're going to sustain that impact force a lot more frequently and a lot more profoundly. So that's what I have to say about that, guys. Just be safe. You know, hit me up if you have questions. Use your best judgment. If not, you know, good luck to you guys. I'll see you on the next one.